How do you know that you are in 5D? And is 5D just the consciousness? This was a question I had from a subscriber. My name is Simone and I'm the Zen Mommy. I help people with Creator God Awakening and 5D Ascension. And today I want to, tackle this question from my subscriber, Lady TL. I appreciate your questions you gave me. Okay, so let's start with, we'll start with, is 5D just a consciousness? 5D is definitely a consciousness, but it is so much more. You will be physical. You will have a physical body. Gaia, the earth, will be a physical earth. It is a physical experience. That's the thing about 5D. This is like something that's never happened before. This shift into 5D, this shift into going from being a human in amnesia to a god, to remembering they were a god again, and further advancing as a god as you get into 5D. And so it's definitely a physical experience. The planet will be at its full health, fully healed. All the nature will be beautiful, vibrant. The people around you will be happier in a higher frequency. How would you know that you're in 5D? Okay, so now this is how I understand it. The fifth dimension, when you begin to shift in the fifth dimension, you phase in. You don't just all of a sudden, woo, I'm in 5D, a new dimension, this is great. No, it's a phase in. You won't even notice it at first. So you phase in a little bit at a time. So the thing is, the way we are with our vibration, it shifts all day long. It goes up, down, up, down, up, down. So to get the 5D, you have to have your dominant vibration at a certain frequency, right? And let's just say that certain frequency is 50. Yet your dominant vibration has to be at 50, right? But most people, they go through things, right? So say you're at a good solid 45 and most of the time, but every once in a while something comes up, you go down to 43 in vibration. Say you got you got bad news, family member got hurt, injured, or passed away. You go down, you get a little sad, you end up in a complicated situation that lowers your vibration. And so there's a lot of different things that will lower your frequency. So you can be going around most people, their vibration will fluctuate. So let's just say if your vibration is like around 45, it may fluctuate between 40 and 49, right? And so that's kind of how it works, right? So as you begin to shift into 5D, which 5D would be, and I'm making up these numbers, okay? So let's just say 5D would be 50. So let's just say you made it up to 49 and you're having moments where you're at 50, but you end up going back to 49, 48. Then you have a moment where you're at 50. And so as you begin to face, so basically this is a timeline split, okay? And let me tell you something. If you're looking at this with this human mind, it will not make sense to you, okay? This is a split that's going to happen, and only a creator God can understand it. If you don't, then you will. If this is really the journey you want, you have to understand that you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in who you are. You have to believe in the unknown. And you know what I'm saying? You have to understand that anything is possible, okay, for us. You have to get that hard coded in your mind. You can create whatever you want and anything is possible. Okay, so when the split, so what happens is you go into the fifth dimension, and you're phasing in and out, right? And as you phase in, when you'll start noticing you're phased in when like everything looks better. The nature looks great around you. It looks brighter. It looks more healthy. When you're around people and everybody is in a good mood, the people around you are happy. Nobody's honking their horn or raising their middle finger. It's just like, you just feel all love, And so, but you'll fluctuate in and out of that. And so the beginning, I guess the early stages of 5D, it definitely looks really similar to this. It is a phase in, it gradually happens. And so with the fourth dimension, what I was going to say about the fourth dimension. Okay, yeah, so the fourth dimension, okay, so basically, like I said, it's going to be a timeline split. And as the timeline split, and everybody's timeline, of course, is different because we're all on our own timelines, right? And so whenever I get to 5D, you might not know that, witness me make it to 5D on your time. Like, okay, so say for instance, you are in your timeline, sorry, I'm getting lost. Okay, so your time, I don't want to say this, but I don't want to say this, but let's not use me as example. But let's just say in your timeline, you and your friend is you're working on going to 5D, right? And you have a friend that's going to 4D. And what'll happen, okay, so no, that's not what I was trying to say. Okay, so let me go back to using me as an example. Okay, let's just say you're following Zen Mommy, right? And, something happens and like I'm not, okay, I can't say this because, I want to say, like, I don't want to say this out loud because I'm not trying to manifest something. But, say you're looking at, let's just say another YouTuber. Let's just make that easy. And this YouTuber all of a sudden passes away. Now you understand why I didn't want to say that. Okay, let's say you're watching a conscious YouTuber like myself. And in your timeline, she passes away, right? But in her timeline, she could be in 5D already. This is how it appears to you because you're maybe close to getting to 5D or maybe you're not, right? Basically, I was just saying, in your timeline, I exist in your timeline, matching the frequency of you. You're on a timeline, basically with a aspect of me, a version of me that's on that timeline. The real me could be on a lot of different other timelines. And okay, I can't even remember why I was saying all that. Okay, let me see. Did I get my whole point across? Okay, so the question was, how do you know you're in 5D? Okay, so I think I basically answered that. You won't know right away. The main thing is you focus on raising your vibration and you focus on being happier and happier. What I was trying to say is just understand that some people will begin to vanish out of your timeline. When you start to go to 5D, there'll be people that, just people who are not going to be in the 5D vibration, they're going to go off on their own timeline. So for your timeline, they'll vanish however, it manifests for you. But remember, the real them is on whatever timeline they're on. I guess that's what I was trying to explain. Anyways, let me stop rambling on. I hope I got the gist of this question. You like I said, it will be, you won't know right away. It will take time. Once you get in it, you begin to raise your vibration more and more, and then things will begin to kind of shift. There is a point, I guess, when you start going up in vibration, there is a point where you can, you will be, you will have the option to be, like non-physical or experience. Basically, the whole thing about 5D is you will have the human body and all access to your God powers, your God ability. So you'll be able to have more fun with this game. And then, everybody will be telepathic. That's one sign. Okay, that's a good sign right there. Telepathy. that's a good sign to know you're in 5D. If you're around people and you can start telepathically hearing and reading their thoughts and knowing things about them you don't know. Telepathy, that's like a thing. That's the thing. It's in 5D. Other people know it. Okay, so if I have any more of this, I'll just do another video. Sorry about getting lost in. I'm just being myself. I'm just doing these videos. I'm not always perfect at getting things out, but I appreciate you guys for sticking with me and, not giving me a hard time. I know I'm not like the most eloquent in speech, but I'm happy to share my journey. I'm happy to help you guys, and remember, everything I share. This is how I perceive it. This is how the reality is creating for me. I'm not trying to infringe on anyone's beliefs. Some people, like a lot of people, it really shouldn't be labels on the dimensions like 4D, 5D, because like in the fourth dimension, to me, there are a lot of dimensions, but there's layers of dimensions in the fourth dimension, right? And so I believe that between 4D and 5D, there's just a big difference, And yeah, so thank you guys for putting up with me. If you resonate with my channel, sign up for my email address. If you have any questions, let me know. Like I said, I don't know everything, but I will try my best. And other people may see things a certain way. They may have some people, they don't really know. They talk about 5D, but they don't really. I don't think they really understand the difference of 5D. And I think sometimes they may be getting it mixed up with. There's other dimensions, and they don't have labels. And sometimes they're talking about it and they're like, oh, this is 5D. And like religious people, they will try to relate 5D as heaven, So when you're talking to people about this stuff, you gotta understand like what's their definition of it and how they perceive it, And so I'm more than willing to clarify why I see it this way, why I believe it this way. I had an out-of-body experience, and the moment I went back home to the other side, it was just like within a moment, I was like, oh, I remember now. And then I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it worked. I actually forgot who I was, like seriously. And so I'm just gonna share what I can. I'm gonna do my best. But thank you guys for supporting me.